Very good afternoon, children. Hope you are all fine at home. Today, children, we will start with our third lesson from EVS 1, that is storage of water. Storage of water. This is our third lesson from EVS 1. Now, children, there is a riddle for you. Before we start with our lesson, I will ask you a riddle. This is something you can find in a lake and in a stream. When frozen, it turns to ice. When boiled, it turns to steam. Can you guess who am I? Yes, children, it is drops of water. It is water. Now try this activity. Make a small hillock of mud and stones in the schoolyard. Set some stones into the hillock. Pour water over the hillock from a watering can like rain. In which direction does the water flow? When you pour the water from the watering can, how does the water flow? In which direction? Yes, the water flows in the downward direction. Now, how does the water flow on the steeper slopes? It flows faster on the steeper slopes. And how does it flow on the gentler slopes? It flows slowly. Okay, comparatively slow on the gentler slopes. What happens when the stone causes an obstruction? The water changes the direction. Okay, now stop watering the hillock. Okay, now why did the hillock dry when we stopped pouring water? It stops, it becomes dry, isn't it? When we stop pouring water, it dries. But how long did the hillock take to dry? The stones at the bottom of the hillock, they dry very quickly. And the mud part of the hillock takes a long time. Why? Because more water was seeped into the mud. So it takes a long time to dry. Okay. And which part takes the longer time? Which part takes a longer time? The Yes, children, the water that has seeped into the mud. Some rainwater flows away over the ground and some water seeps into the ground. All the water we get comes from the rain. The rainy season lasts for 3 or 4 months. Along with us, all living things use this water all the year round. Okay, the whole year everybody needs water. If we do not store water, we will not have enough water for our needs. That is why what we have to do, we have to save water and we should use it economically. There are different sources of water: oceans, lakes, rivers, streams, and ponds. And there are man-made sources of water, that is well, hand pumps, tube wells, and dams. Now children, we will learn about the storage of water. There are two types of storage of water. One is the traditional method and the second one is the modern method. Okay. Now in the traditional methods, we have the wells, We have the water tanks, draw wells, rivers and bunds, old reservoirs, and the last one is the old tanks. And in the modern method, we have dams and bore wells. Okay, now we will learn more about all the things. The first one is the traditional method. What is the traditional method? It is a method which was used in olden days for storing water. In our state, a variety of methods of storing water were existing in the olden days. Nowadays, these old water stores are rarely used, but their remains can be seen in many places. The different ways of storing water. The first one is the well. This is the first traditional way of storing water. Some rainwater seeps into the ground. Wells are dug to obtain this water. Children, you can see the picture of the well which stores water. The second one, water tanks in forts. People lived on the hill forts in the past. They also needed water. The forts had reservoirs and tanks dug into the stone. Now children, here's a picture of the Shivneri fort. Example of a Shivneri fort where there is a water tank. The third one is draw wells. In the past, draw wells were dug to get drinking water. They were small wells from which water was drawn using a small pot, that is pohra, tied to a rope. Atpadi in Sangli district had a draw well in every wada. The picture shows how the draw well looks like. It has a pot, okay, tied to a rope. The next one is rivers and bunds. Earthen or masonry bunds were built across rivers to store water. The next is old reservoirs. Reservoirs were built in areas of low rainfall or in areas without a major river. Most of the reservoirs were built using stone or mortar. The next one is old tanks. It is called haud. Earlier, tanks were used to store water. Some large cities still have these old tanks. This picture is a tank in the Aurangabad district. Okay, this is a tank in the Aurangabad district. Now we will learn about the modern method of storing water. The first one is the dam. The most important of all recent water storage is the dam. Dams made it possible to store huge quantities of water. As a result, more land was brought under cultivation. Cities began to grow. It became possible to set up factories and generate electricity. Maharashtra has several large dams such as Jayakwadi, Koina, Ujni and Eldari. These are the examples of some dam, pictures of some dam shown here. Okay children. Now the second modern method is the bore well. Earlier, wells were dug to reach the water under the ground. Okay, but it was not possible to draw deep-seated groundwater. Now, with the help of electric pumps, it is possible to do so. Bore wells are dug for this purpose. These wells are very deep but very narrow. Now, children, we will learn a new term, that is Panpoi, Panpoi, which means drinking water stands. People out on the roads need water when they are thirsty. In some places, big clay jars of drinking water are kept for the use of such people. This water is offered free of charge. This is known as Panpoi. Panpois are set up by individuals or institutions. Panpois are very useful, especially during summer. Okay, children, now you have to always remember that water is a natural resource. Rainwater must be stored and kept for all year around. All living things need water and is used for various purposes. We must keep this in mind and use water wisely. So children, hope you understood this topic and enjoyed watching the video. Now you should remember that you should never waste water and you should use it sparingly. Every drop of water counts. Thank you children.